We're really excited to announce a new integration with Pressbooks that focuses on helping authors ensure that they've published accessible content. The integration is with an open source tool called Editoria11y. And you can think of it as something like a spell checker, but for common accessibility issues. The first thing you'll notice is if you are logged into a Pressbooks book with edit permissions, you'll see when you view public content, a little helper, a checker tool in the bottom right. Here's what you'll see on a page or a chapter that doesn't have accessibility issues that Editoria11y could flag or find. I scroll through this, things are looking good. You can open site reports in a new tab. You can check the headings, and it will display what all the headings are and show you the heading structure of this chapter. You can also view the alt text for any images. This chapter doesn't have any images. And you can see here with the checker, everything's looking good. I can go ahead and hide this or expand it. I'm going to next go to a chapter that has a lot of issues. So if I were to proceed to this chapter, you'll see, I see a flag and it says that I have 18 alerts. Red means that there's some serious issues. So what I'll do is I'll click Go to First Alert. This will pop me to this first alert and it will tell me, you have a heading tag without any text. And then it will tell me about the nature of this issue and what I can do to fix it. I can navigate through alert by alert. Here's one that requires a manual check. Did I skip a heading level? I can check to see whether I did. If I didn't and it was a false flag, then I can mark it as okay or mark it as ignored. Or I can just proceed through and go deeper. However, I may want to do more than just see what the issues are in the page. When you click Edit and open the editor, Editoria11y is also integrated and present in the Pressbooks visual editor. And this is where it's really powerful because not only can you see the issues, you can fix them. So I'm going to go to this first alert and I'm going to say, I have a heading tag without any text here. So if I looked at the code underneath, you could see, for example, here's my empty heading. Well, that's a problem. I can either put text in that heading or I could remove it entirely. Let's go ahead and add some text. I'm a heading. Now, when I go back to the visual editor, you can see that alert's gone away. I've resolved it. I've solved it. Now in the visual editor, I can look at this next alert, and it's telling me there's a manual check. Did you skip a heading? Well, I'm going to look here in the visual editor, and I can see that's an H3. This one right here is an H6. So I did, in fact, skip a heading. I could dismiss this and say, you know what? I want to make that an H3 or an H4. If I turn it into an H3, you'll see these are now parallel, and I no longer have that alert or that issue anymore. After fixing an issue, you'll want to click Save. Here's an example of an image that has no alt text. It's telling me that images almost always need alt text, and so to fix this, I can dismiss the alert. I can click the image, I can click Edit, and I can simply add an alt text icon. So I've resolved that issue. I can go ahead and click Save, and we'll notice that the count gets smaller and smaller. So that's the basic way that you can use Editoria11y to help you find and fix common accessibility issues in your book. The other thing that will be provided with Editoria11y is you'll have a dashboard available that shows you kind of a high-level overview of everything in your book. Here I can see all of the recent issues that have been detected when my pages have been scanned. This will be updated anytime you view a preview or a published page as a logged-in user. And it will tell you how many issues there are and whether that status was published or it's a draft. It's telling me where it's at, the type of issue. I can also see the pages that have the most issues. So my accessibility demo content is the page that I really need to focus on, followed by various embedded elements. I can see the issue types. The most common issues in my book right now are it's not sure whether the embedded videos I've added are captioned. And it's not sure whether the link text is supposed to be a URL or not. And I can find out more about that issue if I'd like. And then I can also see any issues that I've dismissed recently and said, oh, ignore or dismiss. And who marked it as okay, and whether that's current or not. If I want, I can download this audit and these results, which would be book-wide results, and analyze them or share them with others to help understand the accessibility status for published material. That in a nutshell is Editoria11y and how it works. We hope that you find this a useful tool as you prepare and publish accessible content for learners.